So this is the third layout that I've done since I started the channel in the last 5 years. Everything that's on the tables is stuff from the previous layouts. So I'll show some links there for you to check out some videos of the previous layouts. All the buildings and all the trees and everything I made portable so that, or I didn't glue them down so that I could move them when those layouts went away. So I put down, well, this the scenery that's already on there, like where you see that's poster paper already that has scenery on it, so I just have saved it. This is going to be this here is going to be the scenery for putting ground cover on the layout and the missing places. And any of that stuff is apt to change. So if I want to put a street somewhere, I can put a street somewhere, whatever. Now, this, the ties and ballasts I showed you in the last video. I showed you these two pieces right here. So these are the ones I've done since then. I used 130-pound cardstock. And then I didn't, like the ties aren't folded. So it was a lot easier to make them. And they're sturdier. I also added the little, I don't know what they're called, the little brackets the spikes go in to hold the rails. Those are added with 110-pound cardstock. And they really set it off if you look at the two. The ones without and the ones that have it. Looks a lot better. I did some video when I was making the ties and the ballast, but I don't want to edit that until I get some of this actually finished so that you can see what it looks like. And this is what I'm going to be doing with the layout. Now this is the tube track, and it's 2 loops, and you think, oh wow, that's not very exciting at all. But there's more to it than that. Now I have enough ties and ballast done to do all of that right now, I think. And I'll show you how I did it and how I did the turns and everything when I do that video. The narrow gauge that's in the middle is going to be back up on that back part, and that's going to be the elevated section. Now back in October, I put that up there just to get an idea of what it would be like, and I just did that temporary. So that's what it's going to be like when this next phase of the layout gets done. It'll be like that in the back, well, or similar to that. And there'll be like a tunnel underneath it. The other thing is I like to have slot cars on my track. And some of the previous tracks I had slot cars on there. These are Carrera Go slot cars. They're, according to the box, they're 143 scale, which is very close to 148, and I've put some 148 cars next to them and they look the same. So they work real nice with Lionel trains. And this time I'm planning on doing a railroad crossing. So you can see how I got the track set in there now, just to give you an idea. This is how it's going to be. The inside loop has 031 turns, and that's all tube track, and that'll all have ties and ballast. And then the outside is 054 turns, and everything that's outside of the tunnel will have ties and ballast on it. And I've got some jars just holding the track up so we can see what it will look like. The other thing about this layout, and the reason why it's so simplistic, no switches or anything, is because I want to make it portable. There's 20 by 30 foam boards covering the tables that make up the layout, and I'm planning on having those, each one of those 20 by 30s, you'll be able to pick it up and take it. And the plan is that we're going to, Mike and Mark and I, are going to take this layout to the next train show next January in Columbus, Ohio. And you'll be able to come and see us there, meet us, and we'll get to meet you guys too. And I don't know, maybe we'll have this up for auction and all the money will go towards our property. I don't know. That's just thinking out loud. But this is going to be portable. You can see how the 20 by 30 foam boards, each one of those pieces, I think we'll be able to, I'm going to do those individually. And then we'll be able to take this apart and transport it to the train show and reassemble it. And have some trains and scenery and some slot cars, because you just don't see this very often. You don't see it ever. I don't know anyone else that's doing slot cars and Lionel trains together. Fabricating that crossing is going to be fun. I still have that to do. So that's on my table right now, my hobby table. I've got to do that. The layout's kind of all over the cabin right now. While I'm down at the property, this is kind of like my bedroom. So this is the layout that's in my bedroom. That train engine house is sitting on the cot that I sleep on. So the buildings are still wired up in the middle of the layout until I decide what to do with those. That's going to be a tunnel back there in the back with the second level of narrow gauge. I think it'll have some interest with the slot cars and the 2 loops of track and the narrow gauge. We'll have some good scenery on there. It'll be pretty good. So I wanted to give you guys a look at this, and also just a flashback at the layout that I had in the basement of the house with the slot cars and the trains running. So have a look at that. Thanks for watching, and God bless.